Well, welcome to the Focus Builder workshop. This is our very first workshop, and I'm really proud to bring to you some information that I think could be extremely relevant in your practice. So I hope that you learn a lot from this. I'm sorry that we couldn't be together live, but the benefit of this recorded workshop is that you will also have the ability to have a phone call with me or Dr. Jason Whitaker, and we can schedule a time to answer any questions that you may have as it relates to this information. So another cool thing is with this workshop, you're getting this guide, this about 20-page packet of information as it relates to everything that I'm speaking today. And you'll see that this is the first page, but as we run through, we'll have information on all the topics that we're covering, so you can easily refer back to it. And I would suggest that you print this out as you watch the workshop, and that you can also write some notes and add some tidbits that we cover during but most of the critical information is in here. And so we got some really great things to cover. I think you're going to really enjoy it. And while we're here, I just want to give you a little bit of information too about the Focus Builder app. We obviously have 3 new exercises that we're going to cover today, and I'm super excited about that. You'll see that in my office here, I use a touch screen, so I can actually touch this screen and use the app through this touch screen. The only place, there's really just one company that makes this. This is called a Padzilla. Okay, we sell them, they're available on our website. There's no other option for that. Well, there is one option that you have that's non-touch feature, and it's probably the least expensive, where you can just get a regular TV, an inexpensive TV. You can actually plug in your iPad through this lightning adapter. You'll see this is an HDMI cable, and it plugs into the adapter, and that goes right into the iPad. And the other end goes into the TV. So you can do this, and a lot of doctors do that. The downside is that you lose the touch feature. But these Padzillas are kind of pricey. I think when you compare that to some other options in our field, they're actually less expensive by quite a bit, but still a good purchase. I find that it's worth it. Naturally, we have more and more touch features coming. And as you can see here, we've added visual memory, peripheral vision, Vergence. All these require a touch feature, and we're going to go over all of that. Now, before we start, what I'd like to do too is to give you some gems. I want to give you some unexpected gifts. I'm in my practice here. I have the benefit of having Skylar with me, and Skylar is going to assist today, and I'm going to show you just some of the clinical applications that I find are extremely beyond useful in my practice. They're not just useful, they really allow me to do as well as I can, and I feel like have the success that I've finally been able to have. For many years, I've tried to figure out how to integrate functional neurology to my practice, into my particular model. And the model that I have is kind of a mixed model, where I see a lot of regular chiropractic patients and some people that come in specifically for neurological care. And so I've been able to really see both populations and serve them well through a neurological approach. And a lot of times when the patient comes in and requires less time, and certainly doesn't want to spend the kind of money it might cost to get brain-based care, they're going to take less time than the patient that is coming in for neurological rehab. So I'm still going to do some kind of neurological application with those patients. I want to serve them well. I want to give them and deliver beyond what they're expecting every time. And so when I do that, I'm going to show you what I do to check those patients before I adjust them, what I do to prepare them for the adjustment, and sometimes I'll even just mix in different applications within the adjustment. So I'm going to give you some of those gems so that you can at least start implementing some of that in your practice. This is not the kind of setting where we go through a lot of cases, but I will still show you some cool applications that you can use in your office right away. So let's get started. Okay, I just want to show you guys another option here for in-office use. And you saw the screen that we use here, the Padzilla, but I also use this tripod, and I think this is probably your best option. There's other devices that will hold the iPad and you can move around. The neat thing about a tripod is it's more solid. So when you do touch features, you don't get as much wobbling of the iPad. So this is what it looks like on the back side. We've got this bracket here. This is the iPad Pro, so it's a little bit bigger. And so I really like this because it's mobile. We can move it around. We can adjust the height and everything. And then I think this bracket is called a Caddy Buddy or something like that. Let's see here. Caddy Buddy is what it's called. So you can look it up. I think it's right around $50 some for it. Another good option too, and I like this one a lot. The only thing is it's not mobile. You see this magnet back here. And it'll just stick right like that. So I often will just put my iPad there and leave it there all day, and sometimes I'll pull a chair up if I need for a patient to do some exercises. Obviously the downside is you can't adjust the height, so you might need multiple magnets to put it at different levels. But anyway, consider those options. I like to have all of the options because you just never know where you need to go, where you need to bring the iPad. You want it to be still when you do eye exercises, because if you're holding it, which you could do, but you want to be very still and careful, but if it's moving some, then it's changing the therapeutic application, and it may not be as therapeutic or not at all. So sometimes it's really, really important for it to be very still and to be at the right level. So anyway, these are good options to consider.